Davidson, and I'm the historian at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And what we just witnessed a few minutes ago was an iconic landmark just came down. The car that's been on the roof of the Safety Autoglass building on Southeastern Avenue pretty much since 1961. And it's not in very good condition now, but as a new car, it actually finished second in 1956 with Sam Hanks driving the car. It was built in 54. It's a Curtis Craft. It had an Offenhauser engine, and it was a beautiful example of the so-called roadster concept of Indianapolis car. And Sam Hanks drove it in 55 and 56. It finished second in 56, and it came tantalizingly close to winning because Pat Flaherty, who won the race, had the throttle linkage break right after he took the checkered flag. So if it had happened a lap earlier, then Sam Hanks would have won the race with the Jones and Megan Special. It ran again in 57. Driver named Bob Christie was in the car, but the owners, who were it was the family that had the Jones and Maley car dealership on East Washington, 2411, I believe was the address, and it was a DeSoto and Plymouth dealership. So they decided after 57 that they should get a newer car, and so they sold this one to another group of businessmen, one of whom was Bob Perkins, who was the proprietor of the Safety Autoglass company on Southeastern. And so as the Safety Autoglass Special, they ran it at the Speedway in 58, 59, 60, and 61, and they could never get it in the race. It made a qualifying attempt, or a couple of qualifying attempts, but they never got it in the race. And in 61, Bill Randall was the driver who spun it on a qualifying day and backed it into the wall. And then they said, you know what, we've never made a nickel with this car. That we think the only start it ever had was the 100-mile race at the Daytona International Speedway in 1959. The only time USAC championship cars ever went there. And so they said, you know, we should get another car as well. So they basically retired this one, and then Bob Perkins had the idea to just put it on the roof of his business. He passed away quite a few years ago, but the son continues to have the business. They're here every day, and so he said, "I'll never sell the car," but of course, you know, time goes by, things change, and so finally the deal was made, and it's being purchased by Chris Paulson and Gary Schroeder, and it's come down, and they're going to do the restoration. It's going to be quite a job because it's a little weather beaten. It's been up there pretty much for the last 51, almost 52 years. The only time it was down, it actually blew off in February of '64. They didn't mire it. They didn't put guy wires and stuff. And there was a gale one night, and it blew off the roof. So they just simply got a cherry picker, put it back up there. And then fairly recently, it was down for a short time. I think they were working on the roof, and then when the work was completed, they put the car up. But anyway, it's a lot of people are sad to see it come down because it's sort of been this sort of quirky landmark here for over half a century.